right, let's talk about this full moon in Taurus. I'm out here in nature. It's quite reflective of this full moon with it being in Taurus, but it feels really good out here. It's such a nice day. I figured I'd record outside, switch it up, switch the vibes up, and I think this is what this full moon is about, switching the vibes up. This full moon did aspect within a 3-degree orb, the north node being in Pisces, but also with this full moon we had Mars in Sag oppose Uranus retrograde in Gemini. Now, I think the important thing to take into consideration overall, this full moon being in Taurus is about releasing attachments to things that are keeping you from evolving. And they're fear-based attachments. It's the stuff that you're afraid to let go of, or the stuff that you're afraid to really evolve into. Because that moon being in Taurus is seeking stability, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's like, yes, we want to stabilize things, we want to have a strong foundation. But where is it that on the shadow side of Taurus that we're clinging to comfort and we're not allowing ourselves to go through the transition of transformation, right? Because this sun is in Scorpio, and that is the whole objective with the sun in Scorpio is deep transformation, evolving, becoming more, merging into something greater. So this moon here being fully illuminated in Taurus, it's reflecting to you what needs to be released. What are the fear-based attachments that you have that are stopping you from evolving and growing? Now, also at the same time, this full moon is reflecting to you beautiful things as well that you can build off of. Taurus does represent the fertile soil, right? So it represents the foundation. So it's reflecting to you also the beautiful things that are developing in your life that you can build off, right? Build off that prosperous foundation, but also releasing the fear-based attachments to things that are really keeping you stuck from evolving and changing and really becoming the type of person that you want to be. If we think about it, the ruling planet of this sun being in Scorpio is Mars. Mars just came into Sagittarius. It's time to think bigger. It's time to go bigger. It's time to really open up to exploring, moving outside your comfort zone. Believe it or not, you've done a lot more growing than you think you have. And the reason why I say that is because with Jupiter being in Cancer, this is the emotional maturity and growth that the collective has been going through. Learning how to nurture ourselves, but also nurture the things that we have around us, to be more compassionate, more empathetic with ourselves, to cultivate and strengthen our inner strength, our inner emotional roots. Now, externally, that would look like, the home, family, your foundation. And the reason why I'm throwing Jupiter in here is because Mars is in Sag, and the ruling planet of Sag is Jupiter. And I see this coming through right now. It's the Chariot card. And it's interesting enough, too, that the Chariot is Cancer in the tarot. That's where Jupiter is. But the Chariot goes out into the world. Mars goes out into the world. And Sagittarius says, okay, let's explore new terrain. Let's open up to the bigger adventure of life. Let's seek growth, but let's also believe in ourselves with Mars being in Sag. Now, with this opposition to Uranus retrograde in Gemini, Uranus is that planet that I've been saying, it's that spontaneous urge to go beyond what you've done before. So the opposition is a confrontation. You're feeling the nudge, or even the excitement or the restlessness to do something new that helps you break free from the conventional ways in which you've been living that is keeping you stuck. Uranus and Gemini does deal with curiosity. It deals with ideas. It deals with things that are stimulating, especially with it being in especially with Uranus being there. But with Mars opposing that, it's this, okay, I'm ready for new experiences. And it's also probably reflecting to you too, like what needs to change. And Uranus does bring sort of a disruption with things. You could be feeling innerly restless of, okay, I want to do something new. I want to go bigger. I want to explore more. I want to move outside the ways in which I've been living that has been keeping me stuck, or the way I've been doing things. I'm open and I'm ready for new experiences. These ideas and these new things are the things that I've been thinking about for a while, and it's time to take a chance. Mars being in Sag is about, okay, let's explore, let's open up, let's be positive, let's be optimistic. And the reason why I bring this into this full moon is because, remember, Mars is the ruling planet of where the sun is in Scorpio. Now, this full moon, what's being illuminated here with it being in Taurus, again, Taurus deals with the material, it deals with stability, our foundation, it deals with prosperity, things that have real substance to it. The shadow side of Taurus would be kind of clinging to the old sort of material attachments of things that really don't have any substance for you. And you're just clinging on to it because you're afraid to let it go. But the best things happen whenever you start to let things go that you have attachments to. It's just the fear that blocks you. But Scorpio being here, Scorpio season, it's here to help you transcend that fear. But the ruling planet of where this moon is, Venus is in Libra, in her dignified home, where the moon's exalted right now in Taurus. This is reflecting to you with Venus being in Taurus. Venus deals with our relationships. It deals with how we create and receive and connect with others, but also how we create in our lives that's pleasurable for us. And with it being in Libra, Libra deals with balance, fairness, and harmony and peace, right? And it's the scales. So this moon in Taurus reflecting the energies of what really has substance in your life that truly brings balance. And it's interesting too that this full moon, there's a yod to Venus and Libra from Neptune and Uranus, which I'm gonna talk about that here in a second. But this is showing you what to let go of that really, at the end of the day, isn't really cultivating real peace in your life, isn't really bringing real, true joy and balance to your life. I think the one shadow of Venus being in Libra is just keeping the peace, but keeping the peace ain't really peace. So this is about really looking at what truly has substance that's going to allow for me to evolve. And not just evolve, but really help me transform in a way in which is going to strengthen my belief in myself and help me accomplish what my objectives are out in the world. There's a yod here to Venus as well from Neptune, Uranus. Neptune's in Pisces retrograde, Uranus is in Gemini retrograde. Very interesting because it's a bit of an interesting yod. It's not your typical yod, but it's yodding to Venus, and the yod is the finger of God. It sort of makes you confront something. It sort of pushes you to deal with something. So with this Venus being here in Libra, it's showing you what spiritually Neptune, Uranus, Neptune being the spiritual ideal, Uranus being the transcendent process that sort of triggers the spiritual evolution of things. What spiritually, when it comes to your relationships or the ways in which you create, what's not aligned, it's showing you that. And it's probably been dissolving that. Because it's not just about how things look anymore, or about the material gains of things. It's about the real spiritual and emotional substance that is going to help you evolve and transform into the person you want to be, or help you evolve and transform things into the way you actually feel it should be. So I think this full moon it's a beautiful full moon, in my opinion. I think it's almost sort of a wake-up call. And with this full moon, it's aligning with the nodes, and so there is this support from the divine that's helping us intuitively sense and feel into the right future for ourselves. That's going to help us align with our ideals, North Node being in Pisces, right? That's going to create and establish a better future for ourselves. It's in alignment with our dreams and our visions. And trusting that flow of where we feel pulled, needing to have faith and yield to the unseen, and let go of trying to control everything or hold on to things. This one is about staying fully committed to your spiritual evolution and spiritual transformation, and letting go of the fear-based attachments that aren't allowing for you to transcend. And we are in very transcendent times, to where the spiritual veil is very thin, with Neptune being back in Pisces and Saturn being back in Pisces, both retrograde. So allow yourself to see how far you've come over the last few months. That this is the time, more so than ever, to stick with your transformation, to let go of things that no longer serve you, not to let the fear stop you, because your comfort zone is what is going to hold you back from evolving. Letting go of those attachments that you know truly aren't aligned, truly aren't going to help you create real peace and balance in your life, and really don't have the substance there for you to be able to become prosperous. It's time to let all that stuff go. Let it dissolve. But it's through the dissolution that you're creating a new form of transformation, spiritually, emotionally. And it's all taking form. It's all taking shape. It could be hard to see right now, but I'm telling you, stick with your process. And Mercury's about to go retrograde. But stick with your process, because you're actually on a timeline of a beautiful future that you can't yet see. But whenever we step into the new year, specifically at the end of February, you're going to be able to see how far you've come and how things are now really taking shape, really taking form. So that's what I got for this full moon in Taurus. I'm wishing you all a great full moon. It's a beautiful day out here today. A lot of y'all are probably thinking I wasn't going to post a full moon video. I was. You can't rush greatness. All right. And that's Taurus and Scorpio. Anyways, I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.